right, Kinan, where are we today?
Man, we're right in the heart of East Austin. You've got condos all around me. You've got incredible pubs, restaurants, tattoo parlors. I mean, right here to the right, we've got Zucker Brewery. Up the street, we've got Via 313, one of my favorite Detroit-style pizza restaurants. You've got Grackle, so much more. The Tamale House. But right here, this is the heart of it. This stretch of road takes you all the way to downtown, and you've got nothing but condominiums, retail space, all the way down as you get closer, as you get deeper east into town.
So that's downtown right there. So we're
You could
walking.
You could walk to downtown from this spot right here, and we're right here at 6th and Chalmers.
Wow,
Incredible.
That's awesome. All right, Kinan, I'm a little thirsty. Need some coffee. Where's a good spot?
Let me take you to one of my favorite spots. Let's go.
Sweet. This is awesome coffee.
It's some of the best coffee on the east side.
So what are some other food spots that are your favorite?
God, there's so many to name. I mean, you've got Laundrette, Suerte, Poeta, which is in a really cool like boutique hotel called the Francis Modern Inn. You've got La Barbecue, obviously famous Franklin's Barbecue. There's some stuff over off of Weberville Road, the Cabana Club, the Holiday on 7th. I mean, so many to name. I mean, we actually are seeing 3-star Michelin restaurants over here on the east side, which really makes it such a vibrant community.
That's awesome. And there's a lot of kind of cultural background with the neighborhood too. I mean, what do you kind of see and how has that kind of shaped the neighborhood?
I mean, look, within the last 2 decades, this was really a very diverse neighborhood to start with, really a lot more working class. But over the last 2 decades, it's just crazy how it's transformed. You'll see remodeled bungalows, new modern construction homes, condominiums, there's restaurants, there's a huge, besides the foodie scene, there's a big bar scene and just going out scene that just really makes this area so cool. And again, just minutes from downtown.
Yeah, that's awesome. Another thing I saw when we were walking earlier down the street is, you know, all the art that's all over the place and murals and, you know, kind of what's the backstory behind that?
I mean, look, with the murals, it's so cool because what it really does is, you know, it'll take back to the history of what this area really was, the roots of the area. So between, you know, the museums, the street art, the murals, etc., it really pulls back history to kind of remind people of what this area used to be like back in the day.
Nice. And I know you kind of touched on nightlife and the bars and everything. What, you know, can someone do after work, after hours?
What can't they
here?
do? Between happy hours, places like Whistler and a few of the other bar scenes out there, and I really don't know any of the other bar scenes, so I don't know what else to say because my notes don't really have them in there.
All right, so you mentioned a lot of the restaurants in the area. What are some things people can do, you know, after work, after getting dinner, some of the nightlife in the area?
Man, the nightlife here is just incredible. It's exploding. So between places like Whistler, White Horse, Zucker Brewing, I think I mentioned the Cabana Club, which actually has a pool with cabanas. So many really cool spots, whether it's happy hour, late night going out, Hotel Vegas. There's just so many. The scene itself is incredible, and it's just an extension of what used to be the traditional 6th Street, now just kind of merged over east of 35, and it's just booming, and it's awesome.
Nice. And for people who, you know, love the outdoors, want to get out and about, do something, you know, some sort of outdoor activity, what's there to do? I think we're pretty close to Lady Bird Lake, is that right?
We are. We're so close to Lady Bird Lake. You can kayak, you can paddleboard. There's hike and bike trails, a lot of different activities that you can do. Pickleball, you're seeing pickleball just explode over on the east side, and really all over the country. But there's specific places on the east side where it's just exclusive for just pickleball clubs.
Nice, that's awesome.
You got bird watching. I mean, look, it's what more can you ask for?
Totally. All right, bit of change of scenery. Sun was in my eyes, so.
I get it, man. Who doesn't love the shade?
Right. All right, so you mentioned the real estate market over here is booming on the east side.
Absolutely.
You know, what are some of the trends that you're seeing?
In the last 2 decades, right, I've really started to hone in on the east side just because of all the growth, but we're seeing new construction, modern homes, these cute little farmhouse contemporaries, remodeled bungalows, huge condo developments going in, as well as a ton of office space. I mean, so many people are moving their offices over here just because of the diversity, the kind of the artsy, the feel of the area. And what we're noticing too with the trend is it's so much more affordable than any other area of town with this proximity to downtown, right? You go South Austin, you're looking at SoCo or South Lamar, Zooker, Barton Hills, expensive. You go west, you've got, Terrytown, Highland Park, Westlake, Rollingwood, expensive, right? You just go north, just north of downtown, besides UT campus, you're starting to merge into like your Hyde Parks, your Allendales, etc. Then you go jump over east, and that's where the affordable pocket is, with so much regentrification, so much entertainment, so much to do. It's really gives you the best bang for the buck based on proximity to downtown.
Nice. And you mentioned kind of the artsy feel of this side of town. So, what is that arts and music scene like? Is there live music in the area?
There's a lot of live music venues, right? You got your Hotel Vegas, you've got several others. I mean, look, the city itself is the music capital of the world. But when you come over here on the east side, you've got South Austin, which is kind of keep Austin weird. You go over east, I feel like you can get even weirder because it's so much more artistic, so much more really things to do. As I mentioned earlier with the murals and the diversity and just really the impact that it has from a social stance. Super cool part.
That's interesting you say that Austin is the music capital of the world. I think that's confusion for a lot of people because I always thought it was Nashville, right? What's kind of the history on Austin being the music capital of the world?
I mean, look, Nashville's cool. Don't get me wrong. Maybe it's the country music capital of the world.
Okay.
But we are globally all music of the world here in Austin, Texas.
That's very cool.
I mean, look, you go to the airport, you've got live music. You go anywhere, you got live music. I mean, there's probably going to be live music here in the next couple of hours. And we're just out here at a food park.
Very nice. That's awesome. All right, so it sounds like there's a strong sense of community here in the area. What are some kind of community events that stand out?
I mean, there's so many. Like right now, we've got South by Southwest going on. Literally, they take over the whole city, but specifically on the east side. So many events, so many venues happen on the east side for South by Southwest. It's awesome. You've got your farmers market, like the one at Mueller. You've got different events where there's, different races that happen, and part of them go through the east side part of town. But just the sense of community as a whole, it's really just the people themselves that live here that create that sense of community.
Very cool. All right, so you talked quite a bit about the neighborhood, all the cool spots, the things to do. What would be your parting words of wisdom, piece of advice for someone who is looking at buying and thinking East Austin might be for me?
Look, I mean, I've been heavily invested in the east side for years. So it's really knowing what flavor of East Austin you want. There's so many different areas, right? Do you want to be further east where it's a little bit more affordable, closer to downtown? Do you want to be between kind of the bar entertainment scene and the river, right? That's a whole nother kind of pocket of town. And each one has different price points and they offer different styles of properties, etc. So it's really kind of honing in on which area you're looking for, what type of property you're looking for, and what price range you're looking for. So you can kind of locate the actual best spot for you that is going to fit to make all those needs happen. And really it's just reaching out to your agent or somebody like one of us, a realtor that's tried and proven, that's done a lot of stuff on the east side that can really explain the different nuances of the different locations and get you set up on that search and really get you into the best houses out there.
Very cool. All right, awesome. Well, if someone watching this video wants to reach out to you, how do they do that?
They can like, subscribe, obviously, or reach out based on the contact information below. I'm always available. I'm here to answer any questions, help people any way I can, and of course, would love to work with them as their agent.
Perfect. Awesome. Thanks, Kinan.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely.